You are listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
Hello, I'm Author Gerald Manuel, and I'm on Positive Power 21 with Jerry Royce Live. And when I'm online, I listen to Jerry Royce Live on www.speaker.com, positivepower21.org. Peace out.
Have you been hurt? Been backstabbed? Got a talking back team? Well, you're not alone. No. Escaping to another reality. Through Dominic Wilkins' good books, audio books, paperback, ebook, good books. Available on authordwilkinsgoodbooks.com.
Hi, this is author Karyn Pearson. I wrote the Hellfire Trilogy, and I'm on Jerry Royce Live Worldwide.
You are listening to PositivePower21.org with Jerry Royce.
What up? It's your boy Kano Kingston.
Hi, this is Angel Sessions.
Hey, this is Pat. Hi, I'm Teresa Powell.
Hi, Jerry. This is Ira Sandro Carter.
Hi, this is Phil Powers.
Hello, this is Teresa Bobby with Jerry Royce Live.
Hi, I'm Philip Barron. I'm live on the Jerry Royce Show.
Hey, what it do? It's your boy Houston Saint.
Peace, this is Dahlia the poet, spoken word artist.
Hello, this is Ramon Marquis with Jerry Royce Live.
All right, everyone. You got Robin Lynn, and I'm keeping it live right now on Jerry Royce Live.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's up? This is a award-winning podcast with the greatest podcast on earth. Thank you for stopping by. I'm your host, Jerry Royce Live Worldwide on Internet Radio, where you get your positive on. So when it's all positive, it's all power. That's positive power. This is a worldwide podcast for growth, wealth, and success. Thank you.
Think you know how drugs get in those little brown bottles? Think again. Set in the green hills of western New Jersey, inside the gilded halls of power of a U.S. pharmaceutical company where decisions are worth billions of dollars and human lives worth less. Nicholas Harding, a young executive at Marshall Pharmaceutical, finds his career, family, and life in jeopardy. The Farmhouse, a suspense thriller novel by Bill Powers, published by Donna Inc. Publications, available at Amazon.com or DonnaInc.org. Go to Bill's webpage at www.authorBillPowers.com.
Are you looking for the next great read? A book filled with love, passion, betrayal, and intrigue. The award-winning novel, Season of Change, by Tamika Patrice Kane, is sure to satisfy your literary sweet tooth. Check out this must-read book reviewers are calling uplifting and emotional. And exceptionally great read, deeply intense and thought-provoking. Order your copy today, available in paperback and ebook on Amazon.com or at www.tamikapatrice.com.
Are you an author looking for promotional services or a reader looking for a great read at low prices? In this competitive world of books, Writing Royalty Promotions is dedicated to bringing authors and readers together to build a greater respect for literature through our various promotional services and online bookstore. So head over to WritingRoyaltyPromotions.com and check us out.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us, and welcome to PositivePower21.org. I am Jerry Royce Live, and tonight you're listening to episode 317 with Karyn Pearson. That's right, she's the author of the Hellfire Trilogy, and the book we'll be talking about tonight is called Ambers, and that's the part of the Hellfire Trilogy, Book 3, just released in February. But before we bring Karyn out, we'd like to hear a message from our sponsors. So everybody, please hold tight for a 30-second break with James Deshay.
Are you looking for a great book of poetry that is romantic, heartfelt, and full of male emotion? Then get Thoughts, Love, and Reflections by James K. Deshay. That's Deshay. Go to www.jamesdeshay.com. You will enjoy Thoughts, Love, and Reflections.
You're listening to Jerry Royce Live worldwide on PositivePower21.org and Spreaker.com/PositivePower21. Tonight's guest is Karyn Pearson. Karyn is the author of Hellfire Trilogy and Arcturian Bloodlines. She's a full-time pet parent of 2 dogs, Nikki and Jamie. Karyn has a BA in Anthropology and has explored dozens of cultures in her studies, but has imagined countless more. She enjoys reading, playing action RPGs, and plotting her next adventure for her characters whenever she has a spare moment, free of the dreaded undefeated puppy dog eyes attack. Her upcoming project will be the first novel of her new vampire series, Arcturian Bloodlines. When she's not writing, Karyn can be found playing with her puppies or Googling various dangerous topics for novel research to make her constantly questioning while federal agents haven't yet knocked down her door. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you on PositivePower21.org, Karyn Pearson. Enjoy this presentation.
You are listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
All right, everybody. Welcome to Jerry Royce Live on PositivePower21.org. What's going on, Karyn Pearson? How you doing tonight?
I'm good.
All right, glad to have you on the show. And the first question for you, we come right out of the gates on the show, Karyn. I don't pull no punches. First question is, who is Karyn Pearson?
Well, I don't honestly know. I mean, I'm still kind of just living the dream with writing books and stuff. It's been a hobby of mine since I was a kid. So I'm just enjoying my hobby here. You know, hey, I found some person that wants to publish me. I'm like, oh, that's cool. So living the dream.
That is cool.
Yeah.
You sound pretty young too, so you must be living your dream pretty early in life. Some of us don't find that till later in life. So what's going on with that? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm 24. So.
Oh yeah, you're young. So did you just graduate from college just a few years ago?
Yeah, I graduated in 2013.
2013. And
yep.
So you still at home? You're on your own? You left the city? You left the town? What's up?
I'm still at home. I live in California, so it's kind of difficult for poor little college student graduate people like me to make it on our own just yet.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
that's true.
Yeah.
Right. That's when you have to you're forced to pack up and relocate. Like if you take a job out of town, that's when you're forced to live on your own and just have to make things happen. You know, we think we can't do it, but we can do it. You know, when you take that gamble, you know, but it's always safe being home if you can do it, if you can get away with that one, because I'm quite sure they ready to turn that room into a sewing room maybe. All right, good for you. So what college did you graduate from?
UC Irvine.
All right, so that's located right there in your hometown?
No, it's actually the county south of me, so it was quite a ways away, like 70 miles.
Okay, so you got a chance to live on campus, or they force you to commute?
I did commute for the most part, but I had 1 year where I was able to dorm with some friends, and that was pretty awesome because the commute really sucked. Like, it took me 2 trains and a bus to get to school.
Wow. So you should have just came to New York or Washington, D.C. area in that case. Wow. That was, so you got a chance to do your homework on the train. Right?
More or less sleep.
Oh, up night studying really, really long because you can catch a couple of. So how long? So you said it took you 2 trains and a bus. So were you able to close your eyes and feel comfortable, you know, with the commuters, the same commuters every day?
Yeah, I mean, at first when I was doing it my first year, it was like, oh no, paranoid, I'm not sleeping. But I mean, after you see the same people like every single day, it's like, oh, I know you. You're not gonna like try and, I don't know, do something weird to me in my sleep. So.
That's right. So you tried to keep like the same schedule pretty steady, like every day, like Monday through Thursday? Because I know sometimes some classes you see twice a week, and some you see just once. So how did that work for you?
Yeah. I tried to keep myself on either 3-day-a-week or 2-day-a-week schedule, but the year I lived over on campus with my friends, I had a 4-day-a-week schedule, which is the only reason why I was living there in the first place, because that would have been way too expensive commuting-wise to afford. So.
Yeah, that'd been rough. All right, so how was it? What was it like growing up? Before you got to college. Friends. Were you popular in high school? Were you a cheerleader? Or, theater major, writer.
High school, I was probably like the weird, quiet kid in the corner that likes to desk glare everybody because I think as a kid, like I kind of skipped childhood in a way, so I've been really mature for my age, and basically everyone in high school is, for me at least, was really childish, and I just couldn't handle it, so I was just like, I don't like you people. I guess like a lot of people have that miserable high school experience where they're just like, oh, those are the years I want to forget about.
Now, how about elementary school? I mean, was it a little different than everybody just trying to find themselves, or at that point you already knew who you were?
I mean, I was still like, I guess I was still finding myself back then. I mean, it was less stressful because obviously high school you have more priorities to think about than when you would be in an elementary school. So, I mean, in elementary school, I was actually going to school on base because my mom is a veteran. So it was very structured and as you would expect on a military base school.
Yeah. So are you the only child? Siblings? You have any siblings?
Yeah, I'm an only child.
The only child. Oh, so you had nobody to play with but just your mind. So tell us about
I have
what was
my
that
dogs.
Like? Did your dog?
But,
I mean, well, they're going. Pets do their own things. Because they so used to being home alone for so many hours. So by the time you come home, once he get his licking and his walk and his food, he's happy. Now, so what did you do with the rest of your day, man? Were you venturing into the paranoia? Were you into the monster movies, the horror thrillers? What was your thing back then? What really got you off?
Back when I was 8 years old, like I think it was 4th grade, I had to read Harry Potter books for school. So that started getting me into writing. And I think like 2 years later, I was with my mom, and she was actually playing Diablo, the first one, and I would sit there and watch her play because it was a rated M game, so I wasn't allowed to play. But throughout this whole time, I've got like the writing influence from 8 years old, and I was still carrying it over from then. And then I've got like this sort of like, I guess, horror demonic thing from Diablo going on as well, like a couple years later. And then I was like 11, and then or 12 or something, and Diablo 2 came out, and my mom was like, okay, you can play. And so I started playing. And yes, because this is totally great. Awesome Parents of the Year. Like, I get to play rated M games with my mom.
So that was
killing demons and things.
Yeah. Your mom was probably what? So with your mom, she's probably just about 20 years older than you, maybe, something like that.
She's, as she calls it, she is 25 with 25 years experience.
Yeah, so she's at the age where when the video games came out, they were like into it, because she should be probably in her 40s then. So they love video games. I know my brother and his friends, man, they couldn't get enough of it, especially when it really got advanced. Because I mean, it's what it is today. You gotta love it. So. Are you really into it right now? Are you doing the online thing, or just basically the books is consuming you, the writing is consuming most of you right now?
Well, when I have free time and I'm not writing, I do still play games. Like I am on Guild Wars 2, and sometimes I play Diablo 3, but that's subjective on the Blizzard servers. We'll not get into that.
All right. So now, since you weren't really that great with, well, you didn't really, well, I'm not going to put words in your mouth, but since you was doing your own thing in high school, how was it for you online, engaging your fans and getting to know, people who are like going crazy over your writing, your fan base? How was that working for you online, social media?
It was pretty good. I mean, I didn't really actually start my formal original writing until after I started college, but before then, like in high school, I was actually writing fan fiction. I started off doing Harry Potter fan fiction since I was 11, and I just kept going at it for years, and I eventually branched out into anime fan fiction. And I guess I got a lot of people on fanfiction.net who really liked me and what I was writing, so that was pretty awesome, like being able to meet these random people from like Canada and across the U.S. And I'm just like this high school kid, like sitting at my desk at home, just typing out words and stuff. It's like, oh wow, you actually like me? That's awesome.
I know, it's amazing. You can just be anybody you want to be on social media. Now right now you're a trilogy. You've just written a trilogy.
Yes.
Okay, and you said the book is titled Embers. Is Embers?
Yes.
So you just created Embers. Embers is done. You're about to dive into something else new. So is this going to be your career? I mean, do you think you're going to use this to get you away from have to experience a 9-to-5 day, or you think you might be interested enough to work for a publishing company, maybe being an editor or a copywriter? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Well, coincidentally, I'm actually working for my publisher as an editor.
Wow, good for you.
So, yeah. But ideally, yes, writing books would be like my ultimate goal because, I mean, if I have to work a 9-to-5 job, sure, I'll do it. But ideally, doing this, writing books, that's always been my passion since I was a kid, and that would be what I'd want to do. But. Yeah.
So what's going to happen with the Bachelor of Arts degree in Anthropology? Is that going to become just a weekend thing for you, or are you going to use that and bring that into your writing? So how are you going to bring that together?
I mean, I guess I am kind of incorporating my degree stuff that I learned in school into my writing, because my upcoming series, I have to use a lot of French culture, and I actually minored in French, so I'm kind of applying that more in that series. But I guess overall, like my anthropology degree, because it's like a study of culture, and I sort of get a broader view of things in general, so I guess I can sort of describe it better.
Yeah. I think, you'd be able to paint a better picture because, just like being a police officer, when you're presenting that case to the jury, why, you had to do what you had to do to defend you. So you want to paint a real picture so people can really visualize what's going on in that room or that killing or whatever's going on with your character. Because the Bloodlines, that's going to be a vampire series, correct?
Yes, that's going to be about vampires.
Now, we're not going to give away too much because we're going to get into Hellfire in I guess about 3 minutes. The vampire series. Now, a lot of people are going after these romance type vampires. They're not as creepy, like they were back in the day. Now they have, they like GQ'd up. They pretty boys. Everybody's like falling in love. They want to be bitten by one. Which approach are you going with?
I guess in short form, the non-sparkling variety.
So you're gonna bring back like the lichens and the I always forget the name of that series. I love that series. With Blanchett, I think she was in that movie. I don't know why I forget the name of it. You know what vampire series I'm talking about? This
Underworld?
Yeah, Underworld. Love Underworld. I don't know why I forget the name of it.
That's actually
so you're going after like the victors of the vampire worlds, the ultimate vampire.
Yeah,
those types.
Kind of.
Yeah, because it's a new one out in it. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's fine. I mean, I can honestly say that Underworld probably did help inspire a little bit my Bloodline series. So.
Yeah, because I think it's a new one in the theaters right now, but I think they're going to be made to get along with society and protect it. What I was reading, I think I did see a trailer. See, the problem with me, I look at so many trailers. I can't remember if I saw them on Comcast, the cable network, or I saw them online. 'Cause a lot of times when YouTube releases them, they're really, really early. Early releases. So a lot of people don't even know what you're talking about. Because I thought I saw a trailer where it's a new vampires movie coming out where they're supposed to try to protect the humans against some aliens or something. Yeah, it looked pretty interesting. This one, I said they really went after something different. Now, how did True Blood kind of influence you? Because it's like they kind of trying to blend in. It's like they want to be part of the human race and get along. They don't want to be extinct or terminated. So do you have a little bit of that written into it?
Actually, no. I have never watched True Blood or even read the books they're based on. I don't get HBO.
Oh, okay. Yeah, True Blood was something else.
No Game of Thrones for me either.
Yeah, I didn't really like it as much, the final two seasons, as much as I loved the first two. See, the first two seasons, I couldn't get enough of True Blood. I mean, the characters were just so powerful. But after a while, they just went berserk with the different, villains they were introducing to the story. It's like, what? She's a what? So it was really getting. I mean, it incorporated a lot of what's going on in our world, but then it was like they really went after make believe. I mean, to make believe. It's like it was almost not believable anymore. Or it's like they tried to put a stamp on some of the things that we thought we used to see when we were a small child. Some of the things we used to believe in. Fairy tales, like fairies and all kinds of different type of supernatural creatures. It's like they tried to put a stamp on approval. This really existed and is in this movie. So they kind of like really over-exaggerated some of the villains that they had created. But anyway, good thing you didn't see that one. But I like the Underworld series a lot better, even though the storyline. Did you find the storyline to be a little bit? Sometimes I thought they got a little too complicated. With who was the ultimate vampire? I was like, okay, I thought you said he was the ultimate vampire. Did you get a little confused in that Underworld series sometime? Just a little bit?
No, I mean, I didn't really get confused more as I was like, oh, they're going that route. Because it's like, I guess because I write things, I'm used to like following specific plot lines so I can see where things are going ahead in advance. So if you watch movies with me, you're probably going to be really annoyed because I'm like, oh, I know what happens now.
You one of those.
Yeah.
I'm watching by myself now. I don't want nobody sitting next to me, making noise. I understand. All right, well, we're going to take a break, Karyn. We're talking to Karyn Pearson. She's the author of Hellfire Trilogy, and then her brand new Bloodlines coming out, vampire series. We're looking forward to that. That'll be her first novel, and that'll be titled Arcturian Bloodlines, correct?
The series title is Arcturian Bloodlines, but the novel, it doesn't have a title yet.
Okay, untitled. All right, good for you. You're smart. All right, and I know you're learning a lot working at the publishing company, which is probably going to make you an even richer author, because you know all the trade secrets. All right, y'all. We're going to listen to our sponsor, Royce Publishing. Hold tight, please.
Are you an avid reader of urban fiction, looking for drama, suspense, and more? Royce Publishing is dedicated to bringing the world's best literature to our readers. Urban fiction, erotica, sci-fi, mainstream fiction, and children's literature are just some of the genres produced by our diversified family of authors. You can reach us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and at our website, www.roycepublishing.com.
Think you know how drugs get in those little brown bottles? Think again. Set in the green hills of western New Jersey, inside the gilded halls of power of a U.S. pharmaceutical company where decisions are worth billions of dollars and human lives worth less. Nicholas Harding, a young executive at Marshall Pharmaceutical, finds his career, family, and life in jeopardy. The Farmhouse, a suspense thriller novel by Bill Powers, published by Donna Inc. Publications, available at Amazon.com or DonnaInc.org. Go to Bill's webpage at www.author.BillPowers.com.
Hi, I am Arthur Crystal Alexis, and I'm on Positive Power 21 with Jerry Royce Live. Woohoo!
All right, thank you, Crystal. Bring me back in. We're talking to Karyn Pearson, author of Hellfire Trilogy, and soon, coming real soon, Untitled, the Arcturian Bloodlines, the vampire series. That's right, that's hot right now. All right, now, Karyn, when you're not playing with your puppies and Googling dangerous topics on your research, because you want to make sure you come at everybody real. All right, so what's going on with the marketing promotion? You're on your third book now. Do you get it now? Do you get social media? You understand how it works, this machine?
I certainly am still trying to figure it out, but I think I'm getting it. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Google Plus. I'm kind of everywhere.
Everywhere. Now, because what you're writing about it's kind of like a niche market. It's like people can't get enough of paranormal type writing. That fiction just drives them crazy. They're just trying to find the next writer that's going to be even more twisted than they are. What do you think of your fans? Without saying anything bad about them, but has it been different, challenging? What do you think of them? Think about them.
It's been surreal. I still am trying to figure out why people are reading what I'm writing. Like I'm watching people leave reviews and the numbers of downloads and things coming in. I was like, oh my God, what are you people doing? Why are you reading what I'm writing? I don't understand. It's like I have this weird mentality I'm not good yet. I'm not good enough yet. And so it's like these fans come in and it's like, hey, we love your work. I was like, what? Yeah. So I'm still trying. I'm trying to wrap my head around it still.
Well, you're a young writer, and you bring in a new, fresh perspective to them, to their world. They've probably been reading, books from 40-year-olds. They're like, my mom is 40 years. I don't want to read her book. So now, because you're pretty blessed coming out, as young as you are, as a published author. This is your third book. Most of the time people don't really get published or read until they maybe in their 30s, 40s, maybe 50s back in the day when it was really tough to get published, when self-publishing was too expensive to even try to find it, and then trying to find an audience because, social media wasn't around that long, and there wasn't a lot of people on it like it is now. It's in the millions now, big-time millions, and now it's across the globe. Other countries are allowing, their residents to share the same social medias, Facebook, Google, and all of those. So it's a shared platform, global. So you came around the right time. All right. Now I'm looking at the book description. It says only 60 days remain until the end of the world. Can you tell us just a little bit about your characters without, giving away too much of your storyline, but just tell us, about your story, your characters and why you develop them that way?
Well, I guess it's really hard to think of where to start because this is the third book and I'm just like, oh God, what isn't a spoiler right now?
Yeah. Because you want them to go back and pick up my audience now who are not familiar with your writing. You want them to go back and start at the beginning, which I moved out of that page. And so your first book, just to let them know, the Spark, and then Inferno. Yeah. So okay, I'll tell you what, because my audience is probably unfamiliar to you. They're not familiar with your work. Let's start with Spark. Then tell us about, your main character in Spark and why you developed him that way. What was so great about this character?
All right. So my main character of Spark and the Hellfire trilogy overall is Ardentia, and she is a demon hunter. And basically, the world setting is post-apocalyptic. There's been angel-demon war that has spilled out onto the planet, and now here's humanity stuck in the middle. And Ardentia was born into this generation of people where everybody who's able-bodied is a hunter, and they have to fight to survive and to continue to exist, basically. So I guess with her, I've been really tired of these really weakly portrayed female characters and how they're just so dainty and they are artificial, or they're too concerned with the trivial matters of the world when there's larger things at stake. So I wanted to make a character that would see the bigger picture and actually have things to fight for. And I just didn't want to have one of those weak female protagonists that are so commonly everywhere in a lot of things, and I'm just sick of it. I'm like, hey, just because she's female doesn't mean she's weak.
That's true. But how about that movie that's out there? Man, my kids love that movie too. There's two of them that came out already where this girl is fighting to survive. It's I think it's something Hunger Games. She was a very powerful character. She was developed well. What did you think of her?
I love Katniss. Katniss is awesome.
Yeah, so she was pretty much the catalyst for you to write your character that way, like a hero is. She's gonna save the world. Follow me. I can beat him. That was her whole mentality. She can't be destroyed. I'm gonna save mankind. So that was your whole direction with your character. You wanted her to be as strong as Superman, but as smart as Batman in a woman's body. Is that who she is? So if you had to put names on her, who would she be? Because my fans are a little older than you. We kind of range between 45, 55. So they know the Batmans, the Supermans, the Jokers, those kind of guys. So tell us about her character, her mind. Where's her mind? She's not twisted. She's smart, sharp, super intelligent, scientific, nerdy. Who is she?
She's very smart, but she's also very independent. She had the unfortunate consequence of being cursed by a demon. Well, so she has this demonic spirit attached to her, so she's actually had to live a life basically kind of cut off and isolated from everyone. So she kind of had to learn how to fend for herself, more or less, because everybody sees her as this demon because of the demon inside of her, and so they pretty much either hate her or they're afraid of her. And so she's basically had to grow up with this mentality of I will never be accepted by anybody because I'm just this thing that everybody hates. And what with the universe being set in a world where the whole planet has been laid to waste because of demons, of course they're going to hate her even more because they see her as part of the problem.
That's right.
Yeah.
So when developing her, did you see anybody in this world that you say, okay, this is who she's going to be. This is the person I really marvel a lot. I'm gonna put some of that person in her. Is there such a person?
No. I don't know where she came from.
She's out of your mind.
Yeah, I mean, I came up with her name out of the most completely random of circumstances. I was playing a MMORPG, so an online role-playing game. So I guess it's like World of Warcraft, but it's not in the same genre of World of Warcraft. So it's called Dragon Nest. I was making this fire mage character, and I was like, oh my god, I hate the naming screen. I need to come up with something that's not taken, because every character name ever is taken on these things. So I came up with that out of the blue. And
yeah, it's a nice name. Now one of your fans, your reviews, they really like. I guess your BA must really help you out, because they said that they're not a very religious person, but they really appreciate the religious and historical and the mythological references that you help enrich the plot. They really like that. They appreciated that journey. So it's working. So your college, your 4 years wasn't wasted. Yeah, because most writers end up, well, not everybody start out their college life as a writer or studying English. Most of your better fictional writers are probably people who studied, other things. So anyway, this person obviously must be a big fan of female heroes, because they talk about the Hunger Games, the girl with the dragon tattoo, which was one of my favorite trilogies. I said, why can't someone else come out with something like this, especially the foreign version? I didn't really care for the American version too much. I guess because I saw the foreign version. Did you see it? I love
the Swedish version of the film adaptations. I prefer that version of Lisbeth over anything.
Yeah. Oh, she was really good. Plus, what kind of creeped me out is it was hard for me to watch the American version with James Bond playing a reporter. That was tough. Yeah.
And then it kind of killed the realism, because you've got everybody doing a Swedish accent, and then here's Daniel Craig talking like normal, and it's like, really?
Yeah, so he's ready to go on a mission or something, But I mean, of course, like you said, the Swedish version was just so, man, it blew me away. I just couldn't get enough of that. I was like, are there any more? That's it. So now I'm going to have to look for those writers and see what else they have out there. Because pretty much they probably have some other independent stuff going on right now that you can find on some of your smaller movies, online movie downloads. I'm sure of that. They're not going to stop there. All right, well, we're running out of time. Karyn, we're going to take a quick break, and we come back. When we come back, we're going to get your final thoughts, okay?
Okay.
Sound good? All right.
Sound good.
All right, here we go.
Hey everyone, this is Tanika Gonzalez, spoken word poet. Whenever I'm online, I'm always listening to Jerry Royce Live. You can find Jerry on www.spreaker.com. Positive Power 21.
Hey, this is director-producer Alan Wills, and I am on Positive Power 21 with Jerry Royce Live. And when I'm online, I listen to Jerry Royce Live at www.spreaker.com/positivepower21.org. Y'all heard?
That's right. Y'all better be listening to Jerry Royce Live worldwide, because tonight we have Karyn Pearson on here. Excuse me. We got Karyn Pearson on here tonight, and we talking about her hits, her Hellfire Trilogy. That's right, all 3 of them. And you got to pick them up. If you twisted and you need some help coming back, check it out. She will wake you up. She'll show you that you're not all that twisted. All right, Karyn. So you did it to him, man, because I was reading those reviews, man. Those people's going crazy. So you just got to stay out there on social media so the rest of them can find you. Tell them you're the real leader. Yeah, these books kind of wake you up to, it's like you forget about the crazy world we're living in right now. It's like when you start reading about some of these twisted missions that these people, they have to win to save the world. It's like, my life really not that bad, You start waking up. Yeah, it's not that serious, y'all. It's not that serious. Wake up. All right, Karyn, your final thoughts.
Just read my books, and I'm on Facebook and Twitter, and if you can find me, Google Plus, and I'm on Goodreads as well, so, you know, stalk me across the interwebs. And I'm not mean. I don't bite very much. Just kidding. So I'm nice, I swear. So, you know, say hi.
Yeah. That's right. And you have Christine out there working hard. We've been knowing her for about a year now. She's a really hard worker. I mean, she know how to hustle social media. So you're in the right hands, definitely in the right hands. So shout out to Christina. Start doing her thing out there. All right. Okay. All right. Well, we appreciate having you here, and we'd like to have you back. You know, when you're ready to drop your vampire series. 'Cause I love talking about the vampire series, vampire flicks. That's my thing. All right. Sound good?
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Good. And Karyn, I tell them all the time, they want to hear the good stuff. I mean, the real good stuff. They got to come out to Jerry Royce Live worldwide on positivepower21.org and Spreaker.com/positivepower21, y'all. That's right. So check it out. Hellfire Trilogy is right out there on positivepower21.org. If you need some help locating it, just click it. You got 1 week to make up your mind to buy it, then it's gone. So check it out. Make that move, y'all. That's right. The world's not that bad. When you want to find out how bad it is, read the Hellfire Trilogy. All right, Karyn, you take care, and thanks for joining us. I'm Jerry Royce Live worldwide. Thank you for tuning in to Jerry Royce Live on PositivePower21.org and Spreaker.com/PositivePower21. This is a Royce Enterprises production. And don't forget about replay on Facebook.com/Jerry Royce Live. All right. That's a wrap, y'all.